was reading the Bible and I was thinking to myself, if God said all that stuff and there were no witnesses on day one, so how did it even get written? You know what I mean? The only thing I could think of is God wrote it himself, which would be kind of weird to be like, let there be light, and then I said, let there be light. And it was good, and it was good. I screwed that up. I need new paper. Let there be paper. Well, that looks like crap. I don't want to put that. Now I need to make a New Testament. That's what happened. He made a New Testament. People always say, God's like us. We're a lot like God. And I'm thinking, I'm sure that's true. That's kind of cool. But does that mean that he does the little kind of deceptive crap that we do? That'd be cool if God was like that. How do we know that Earth wasn't already invented and when Adam showed up, he just took credit for it? That'd be kind of cool. Wouldn't it be cool if he ran up to Adam with like a paper airplane and he went, look what I made! And Adam was like, wow, did you make all of this? And God's like, yeah, I did. All of it. Even Montana. I made everything here. Yeah. How long did it take you? I don't know, like, 60 days. 60 days. 6 days? That's awesome! Yeah, 6 days is what I said. That's what I said out loud. It was 6 days, and then I made Earth in 6 days, so that's how long it takes. Earth is 6 days. And then I was tired, so... What'd you use to make it? The Earth? Yeah! My hammer? I made it with a hammer. I have a hammer that I make Earth with. What hammer? Can I see it? Jesus. Yeah. It's right around here. Let there be hammer. This one right here. This one that I have. That's awesome. Cool, God. Take care. I'm assuming Adam would leave. All right, God, take care. That's really, I mean. All right, thanks, God, for having. That'd be cool if God had a Napoleon complex. How funny would that be? He was like kind of pissed, like, put me down. And she's like, I love you. And he's like jammed into her shirt, like, son of, put me down, you know. That'd be weird. He'd be sad, too, a lot. He'd be like, you don't like me. Oh, my God, I love you. You're so beautiful. Oh, my God. People think I'm fat. People can't even see you. I'm like a grillion years old. You look 10 trillion. Look what I can do. That's so good. You're so good at that. Yeah. That's such a good flex. I love you. Hello. My roommate's Japanese, and on the anniversary of Pearl Harbor, I surprise woke him up for a change, which was kind of fun. It was fun. I went into his room with a pot and a hammer, and I went ding, 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 ding. And he woke up in a panic. I went, never forget, bitch, and I left. And you want to leave? These are my shoes! You like it? These are my shoes. It's the new one. That's going to be good. It's going to be good. He pooped on my towel. I don't have a joke about this. This is true. He came up to me. He was like, this is true. He just came up. He was like, can I borrow your towel? He's probably bowing. You know, he was Asian, so, you know. But so, he probably had his shoes off and hit a gong, too. I don't know. I wasn't looking, except for I was, and he didn't do that. But he was like, can I borrow your towel? And I was like, yeah. And I gave him I gave him my towel, and then the next morning I go into the bathroom, and nowhere near the toilet was the towel with an entire poo on it. With no explanation. Wouldn't you leave a note next to that? Just that says, oh, I crapped on your towel, or some kind of, but he didn't have, like, how do you get, you should know. I thought I'd go out of the bathroom, he'd be like, me Chinese and have bowels, me go shitting on your towels, or some kind of thing. I thought he'd say that. That'd be weird, too. How do you explain to people not to poop on the things that you loan them? They should know. There's no icebreaker on that. Like, hey, this thing, you can borrow it. Could you just not poop on it? It's not me. It's my mom. She has this thing where she's like OCD. She hates when people poo on my towels. It's her. Do you ever blame other people for things that you want? You know what I mean? It's like, hey, the $20 I loaned you, could you give it back? It's not me. It's the bank. They called. I don't know what it is. They're like, hey, where's that $20 you loaned Bill? And I'm like, what $20? I don't want him. I want him to have it. And they're like, get it back. I'm the bank. I went off on a tangent. I do that a lot. And this is what a tangent looks like. It's my left hand. Tangent. I do that a lot. And this is what a tangent looks like. It's my left hand going out, which is kind of, I'm just kidding, it's not. But what if it were? What would you do if it were? I love people that say, what would you do? You know what I'm talking about? They'll be like, dude, what would you do if I just stole? And they aren't fighting you when that'd be weird if they're, what would you do? So it's more like, forget the hands part. So they're like, dude, what would you do if I just trotted to that door right now? What would you do if I just trotted to that door? And you're like, what would I do? Like, I'd continue to eat my Funyuns. What do you want me to say to you? And stop saying trotted. Like, we're not in a fairy tale. It's a porn shop, and it's an expensive one that charges by the hour, so focus. You know what I mean? It's a weird guy. And there's a lot of alls. When people say, what would you do? There's a lot of alls and totallys. You'll never hear, like, what would you do if I went to the library? Like, that'll never happen. It'd be like, dude, what would you do if I all just totally all? Which, that's a thing teenage girls do way too much. Girls will tell you what they said, like, a second before, which is weird, because it'd be like, you guys want to watch Jeopardy? I'm all you want to watch Jeopardy. I'm like, I know, I heard you say that just a second ago when you said it. Because of my hearing, I knew that you said that. Because you said it out loud, and I was like, I know what you're saying, you don't have to tell me what you just said. But they'll also explain when they're being sarcastic, which is weird too. Like, they'll be like I like him. I don't even like him. I'm like, I know, because I heard the I like him. I heard that part. People don't need to explain that much. Have you ever had anyone show you a picture of them and tell you that this is me smiling? You're like, I know, because I know what smiling looks like. And I have vision, so when I see that you're smiling, you don't have to do that, you know what I mean? They don't even need the camera, they could just be like, this is me smiling. And you're like, I know that, because that'd be weird if that wasn't you smiling, you know what I mean? That's your sad face? That'd be creepy to have a friend who's just like, he hit me, ha ha ha! Like, that'd be awkward. You want to make that your sad face. Sometimes those girls say weird stuff, like they'll be like, my boyfriend's hair is so long, it's not even funny. Like, there was a length that was hysterical. Like, it's like, ha ha ha, now I'm really pissed, you know? It's kind of weird to say that. Or they give their boyfriend dumb voice. I hate girls that give their boyfriend dumb voice. You know what I mean? They'll be like, so then I told him I didn't have time to go to the store, and then he was all, meh, meh, meh. And you're like, that's a terrible argument. You had such a thought-out point, and he made that sound? Like, you win the argument, you know? But one thing that teenage girls do a lot that I think is funny is when they go, one thing about me, and then they say something about them that's not some weird thing about them at all. Like, one thing about me is, you don't talk crap about my parents. I'm like, really? Because I love it. That's weird that that's your thing. One thing about me is whenever I'm thirsty, I drink water. And I'm like, really? Because whenever I'm thirsty, I dip my balls in my Lucky Coffee pot. So that's weird that your thing is drinking it. That's your method, right? Because I thought dipping the balls in the old CP, I call it CP. I realized when we were kids, there were things that we never had, but all of our friends had, which is really weird. You know what I mean? Like, there were things that we never had. Like, for instance, a refrigerator door with the water and ice dispenser in the door. You never had that, but every one of your friends like, you want to go to the faucet? I don't give a crap. That's fine. We'll go to the faucet. How about a grandparent living in their house? You never had that, but every one of your friends is like, I'd love to join you, but first I have to put drops in Nana's eyes. That's the thing here. That's our slogan. Sugar cereals, that was the craziest one. Our family had no sugar cereals, but you go to everyone else's house and their cereals are like, there's sugar in a box, and look how much sugar there is, and a cartoon and sugar together at last. Sugar time, sugar things, there's so much sugar here. I like sugar in the box, sugar in the box, sugar in the box. One cereal was so high you couldn't even hear it. It was like, like, they would read that high. But at our house, we had just like the worst. It was just like log O's, which was, yeah, I know, which isn't even possible because that's two different shapes, you know what I mean? And then we had Pooh Berry, which is like, what's that? I'll never forget we had this one. It was called a guy standing in the squatting position with both thumbs up his ass flakes. And the prize inside was the word diarrhea written misspelled on a napkin. That's my favorite joke of all time, and there's a couple of you that I knew would like it. Some of you are like, I don't like that joke at all, but that's weird. That's where you split the audience and you find your demographic. So if you didn't like that, get the fuck out, because you're wrong. You're wrong. I just feel like doing it like a